Yeah. He's just kinda over it. It's not every day that I ban someone. It's not every day that I take out the sniper rifle. Mm. What am I jumping ahead to? Oh. Alternatively, what if I did parkour? What if I did that? I don't know. How does this work? I don't know how this works. Join. Be Hyper is confused. Be Hyper has no idea what she's doing. Yeah, I'm checking. So confused. What? Be hyper confused. Be hyper has no idea what she's doing. Oh. Join? Hello? I don't know if this is working. It works. Oh, okay, bet. I've never done this before. I have no idea how it works. Oh. I don't know where the sound is coming from on my fucking stream. I don't know what I'm doing. Just wanted to let everyone know that I'm really technical and I know what I'm doing. I'm yeah, I do. I do that, but I don't know where the fuck it's coming from because people are like I can hear it. Well, I say people. Winter can. I'll figure it out.
She does love that bed. She
River
does.
River loves hanging out with me.
Most of her time is spent. Chad, I want you to visualize. Adsno is currently about 60 feet directly to my left, like down a hallway.
You
So there's my office, and then there's a tiled hall. I'm going to call it a hallway. It's really about 9 feet long.
know.
And then there's the living room. And that tiled 9 foot section is where she spends, I'm going to say 80% of her time because she just loves lying on that tile. So
Oh yeah. Dude, dogs love lying on tile. Like if you have a pet and you're looking at redoing the floors in your house, every person that I've known that has owned a dog who has only had like 9 square feet of tile, it is used majority of the time by their dog. Like that front entryway.
So the house that I lived in before, she was a little spoiled
Hmm.
um, because we it was all hardwood floor. Like there were only like I think 3 rooms in the house that were actually carpeted. Everything else was hardwood floor. So she could just flop down and get that cooling sensation wherever she happened to be. But
Yeah. My parents got like those like cooling pads for dogs, and the dog would end up like splitting her time between the tile and then the pad. My parents spoiled their dog by just buying her a dog bed for every single room in their house.
I was approaching that. But the problem is like River is spoiled to the point where she sleeps on the bed and she sleeps
Hmm.
on the couch.
As you should
So
be.
she doesn't really need a dog bed in those locations. So
Right. It became easy for me to also spoil this dog with dog beds because we'd go to like big lots and they were only like 30 or 40 bucks for like one that she wouldn't like eat the stuffing out of, which happens a little too often. I don't know what a dog's fixation on eating stuffing is, but I've never known a dog to not like either throw it all over the place or decide it's a meal.
Yeah, River's she's a stuffing thrower. She throws the stuffing everywhere, as you've seen. You've witnessed this.
It's literally 15 minutes after I got here. There was a murder scene in the living room.
I gave her a new stuffed like squid, octopus. I don't know what the fuck that thing was. Moose. It
Whatever it used to be.
it was like an aquatic moose life form.
What?
Weird tendrils coming off of it. It was a dog toy. I don't know. Then she
It was
just
Moose Cthulhu.
17 seconds into having it just litters the living room with all sorts of strange contents of the aquatic moose.
If anything, you trying to describe what it originally was speaks to how badly this stuffed toy was fucked up.
It was also just an illogical object in the first place.
That's true. That's true. Beard and Sean are hanging out. Like, y'all can come through if you'd like. We got 2 spots open. But yeah, this is I don't remember what day. No, I flew in yesterday, so this is the first full day. It's just been a vibe.
Yeah, first full day.
I was
Here,
like, of course they're gonna plan a RP jam while I'm down here.
Yeah, which really like threw a kink in our plans because we the RP Jam hadn't like solidified a date when we planned this, and we were gonna do the taxi thing, but
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun to decorate.
Everything looked cool that I did get to see.
It's actually really fun. I would like get on like at nighttime when all of you, and then I can sort of sleep, and I would just kind of go ham. I was chilling. I decorated all Polito.
Wow.
To all the little war things.
my one thing is that I wish that we like I almost wish that the RP Jam was longer.
Me
Because I feel like we
too.
didn't really get an opportunity to explore everything.
There was so many like underground like water things like Polito. I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone went to
Oh, wow.
Polito, La Fuente Blanca. There was like so many different places, and like the group I was with, I was just kind of following them because obviously like I knew where everything was, but like I was like, damn, I really wish people went underwater more because there's so much, and there's like so many little things around like the entire map. I know Sean was pretty upset, like not upset, but he was like, damn, I wish people went to La Fuente Blanca, because there was a whole pet cemetery there. In Polito there were like a few like little things that I put down. And
Fuck,
then
I wish I knew there was a pet cemetery. I would have played the old man from that fucking Stephen King book.
Oh my god.
but yeah, but then I did like other things. I did a Josiah, Gordo, basically like any like little small camp, not even a camp, like if you saw like 2 tents together, like I decorated that most of the time. Yeah, I also did the bee island, the bee tower. That was that was funny. That was really funny. Yeah.
I've repurposed that idea and passed it along to one of the game creator people. They're gonna do something really evil with that at some point, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Your group lost the plot instantly, and it was great. See, my group was like very objective oriented, but like I just made it my goal to just kept trying to be distracting and just keep throwing people off sense of stuff because it's like I don't know, it was just funny.
I found
had
a
like
musket 45 seconds into the game and didn't tell anybody.
Where'd you find it?
It was in a crate, like it was on top of Mount Gordo at this like burial site.
Was it like
like towers of batteries.
It's like where the ghost spawns.
Yeah, I decorated that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, I know, Whittaker, you were in my group then.
the idea behind that one on Gordo was like, I don't know if you saw, but the grave there. So there was like the headstone and like the dirt that was buried, and then there was also another headstone, but like there was no dirt. And like the little lore that I came up with in my head was like there was 2 people living there, and they're like the other person one had died, and they were like, "Well, I'm gonna die eventually, so I'm gonna make myself a gravestone." But I but obviously didn't dig it because I mean, there's no one to dig it. But yeah.
So this, like, I don't know how, but I wound up in the fucking emotional terrorist group because I always do.
Classic.
And I'm playing this character who I just decided was a Skyrim NPC like halfway through. like he kind of did a really calm version of the John Taxi voice for everything. And he could not read words. They all looked like scribbles. And like, just shit like that. And then we got to the end and it was me and one guy from my group left. And we had both been shot by muskets a bunch of times, so our health was low and we were both starving. And he was like, I don't think I'm going to make it to the top of the mountain. And my guy goes, you came to the mountain from water, so to water you will return. And the guy just dives into the water and goes, praise be the mountain, and doesn't come back up. And I was like, fucking Christ. It was the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, it was just straight up our own little look at the fucking flowers moment.
Look at the flowers.
It was so
Oh my
good, dude.
God.
Like, it just so many little RP moments like that from fucking events like this.
I had Nemo in my group, and he immediately started off with just telling us what the pebble was telling him. And some people were on board, like, praise the pebble.
I missed him.
It got
So
very culty.
Nemo was in my group at the end. And he fell down like the tiniest ledge and died. And I don't know if you were still there when he was with the robot guy. There was some like Fiend Dodo was playing a robot guy.
Oh yeah, Tim. I miss him.
He was playing Tim the robot guy. So Nemo's character trips and falls and dies, and my character goes, I think he perished. And Tim goes, oh well, better keep moving.
We had the part come through where we needed to go get it was like the batteries were mentioned to us or something like that at the radio towers, and we were like, look, a radio tower like 2 feet away from us. And like, we have to claim the radio tower. How do we claim it? I think we lick it. And then 3 people went over and started licking the radio tower. And then someone started honking the horn on the boat nearby, and so everybody thought it was like the PvP start horn. And started freaking out. They're like, oh my God, we have to hide.
Tim was with us like for a bit when we went to go put batteries in the tower, and then it started raining, and then he rolled a d20 and it landed on 2, and then he started malfunctioning and he took off his shirt and put a mask on, and all 3 of us were like, that was weird, right? Like that was weird. We should leave him, yeah. And then like he got on the boat with us. He was like, we should go to the mountain. And we were like, no, we shouldn't. What the fuck? And he was like, we should do that. And he kept like saying it. So we were like, yeah, let's take you to the mountain, Tim. Let's do that. And then we dropped him off at the mountain. And I guess like he like, I don't know, like the end credit scene was because we dropped him off on the mountain, which was really funny.
So he hiked up. So the crew that I had at the end, so I started with 10 people from the East Camp of the Children of the Mountain. And I wound up with Water Yackle, whatever his name was. I wound up with Nemo's character. I wound up with Tim, the fucking robot man. And then like a scientist from the fucking observers who was like a doctor or whatever. And Nemo's character was carrying a dead body of a woman that he had promised he was going to like get her to the top of the mountain or something. So it was just like 4 people from 4 different groups just all walking up the mountain like it's the fucking Lord of the Rings. And my character starved to death in the middle of a conversation with Tim. And Fiend Dota didn't even stop walking. He just like he sees my character fall over and he just goes, oh, goodbye. And just keeps going. The way Fiend played that character was so fucking funny.
I was like quite surprised how long like like the three of us like stayed alive, like the people I was in a group with, because we had been like held up. Like at the beginning, we had like no weapons. It was nighttime. We were like, guys, we need weapons because we're gonna get fucked. And we got held up. We got shot at, and like we basically had nothing the entire time until like we found muskets. But like I think we were in the top 5 who like stayed alive, and then we died to full damage. So yeah, really fun, really
We
great.
but I think the reason people did not explore underwater more was because like the concept of remaining in a group while exploring like
It's hard.
40 stories underwater was impossible.
Yeah.
Because we took a tugboat over to like the Legion Square FIB area, and we all had diving tanks, and we went down. And when my guy came back up, one of the guys had come back, but the other two hadn't. And I was like, well, I guess they're dead. Like, I have no way of communicating with them, no way of knowing where they're at. You can't follow each other under that massive amount of water. So even just the one dive that I did was just such a chore to keep the group together. It took like half an hour. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to do that again. So
Yeah. What we said, we were like, okay, count to 60 10 times, and we'll meet back at the boat. And then like, if we went back, like we'd leave a note in the glove box being like, I went back in the water. I'll be back soon.
yeah,
But
that must be really good knowing how to read and write. Fucking fancy ass observer people. My guy kept
yeah.
finding notes and was like, found scribbles, talks about fire. Like, must have been learned.
The it was interesting because our group started off with like I could tell like people weren't quite sure like if they wanted to play like a group of like Neanderthals or cultists or like like they're just trying to kind of land on the same idea to the point to where nobody introduced themselves, so nobody knew each other's names. I got
Everybody spends that first 15 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck kind of character they're playing.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I just had heard like 3 different deities get brought up within like 10 sentences of each other, so my goal was I was gonna just abandon religion and join the observers.
so my guy
Every-
found the rifle, and like at the very beginning, we declared the leader of our group because he just happened to be standing near the phone, and like this, so he just picked up the phone when it rang. I think it was Wise Guy's character who called the payphone. And so my character declared that is Phone Guy, and Phone Guy speaks for the mountain. So Phone Guy is the leader of the group now. And when I found the gun, I'm like, anybody who goes against Phone Guy, I'm just shooting them in the fucking head. Like, the way I'm gonna reveal to the group that I found this is I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna blow somebody's brains out for disrespecting Phone Guy.
oh my god.
But
I
this
was
jam was a lot better than the last few because like my big issue with the last few RP jams has been that they were just overwhelming to the system. Like whenever you had all the old people running around, they
oh yes, the
like
murder.
you had like, well, it was the murder. There were like fucking 27 murders that day. There was no way for the police to investigate all of them. There was no way for like everybody was just out there being freaking like D&D murder hobos trying to get, their kill off. And it just, I don't know, it's really impractical for the court system. It's really impractical for like the police to investigate it. Like the level of role play that actually ends up coming out of the ones where everybody's just fucking dying left, right, and center it becomes very I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the cost benefit just kind of goes
Overwhelming.
down on it, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think this one was really good, TBH, because it was like a whole different like instance. There were no uh, like there was no possible way for it to get back onto like the main like server, I guess. And it was longer too, but it I was like, damn, I wish this went longer because I was like having fun and whatnot. Um, but like I kind of liked the way it was done this time, and yeah, I don't know. I felt like I didn't even I don't even think I heard a single person apart from like the people who had like fallen and were dying, and they were like, just take me out of my fucking misery, and like shot them in the head so that like they could perma. But yeah, no, I like, yeah, felt like there was like less people trying to murder each other until like the very like end. But yeah,
I think they
Yeah.
kind of had to push us to murder each other, to be honest with you, because like
yeah,
every time like the children of the mountain would find like the observers, everybody was like trying to strike deals and trade information. Like
mm-hmm.
I had a plan, because my guy, like after the sad water scene where where his fucking partner goes under the water after saying praise the mountain, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go find an observer who's like by themselves, and I'm gonna be like, what do you pray to when you're about to die? Like, is is your science going to save you? Like, he's shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I find this fucking observer who's by themselves, and they're like, I have to warn you, the observers have sent a crew over to the mountain and they're going to slay everybody tonight. You need to go save your people. And I'm like, why does every fucking observer that I find, like, why are they like sympathetic to my cause? Like, why can't I kill one of you? Like, all three of them that I came across were like, I'll attempt to provide medical aid to your friend and like shit like that.
I wonder if there's just people out here who feel remorse for all the bunker people that came out and got murdered, and they're like, "Well, hang on, no, we can help. We can save you guys this time."
When the jam first started, I was like, I had like access to like the cooking and whatnot, so people had like the tiniest bit of food. By the way, only had enough for 25 meals throughout that entire thing. But
Oh my god.
people started coming in and they were like, "Can I get some food?" And I was like, "No, we need fish," knowing full well that like there was no way to fillet that fish and like it was radioactive. So I just kind of sent people on wild goose chases until like things started happening, and everyone was like, "Guys, we need to get fish so we can get food." And I'm just like sitting there to myself, like fucking cackling, being like, "This is like, this is so stupid because it's gonna go nowhere." It was like really funny. I didn't expect to leave the observatory at all, and then I did. I don't know. It was really fun.
See, the observer that my character came across actually saved you guys because I had a spear and I had 25 ammo for a musket.
Was that
So
you?
my guy's plan Yeah, so my guy's
Oh my god.
plan was to he was just gonna go John fucking Rambo on the observatory. The moment dusk hit, he was just gonna hop the wall and just start fucking like slicing people's throats from behind and shit.
That's really
Because
funny.
the green zone had been lifted, so he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go in there and fucking kill all of them." They killed my friend. But then
Mm-hmm.
the observer that he comes across is like, "You have to go save your people," so he makes the journey back to the mountain instead.
That's really funny. Uh the whoever was the leader of that group was like, "Get the key," and I had the key on me to the boat, and I think it was Brittany who was like robbing me. I was like, okay, the key's gonna be gone, and we're gonna be stuck on this fucking mountain, this fucking abandoned ass mountain. And she didn't take the key, but like over and over again, this leader kept saying, "Get the key," and she pointed at me, and then you were all like, "Run," and I was like, "Okay," knowing I had the key, and I was like, "Damn, huge, okay." That was a little bit sympathetic. Smile. So yeah, that was crazy. I actually shit myself because we didn't see you guys until you like had come up. We didn't even know where you came from. We were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I was being sneaky as a motherfucker. I was like going along the outside and like using the bottom of the hill and shit. Like I was, my guy was going to go into the observatory and he probably would have killed at least 5 people in there. But
See, you ended up with plans to kill the observers, the opposing faction in this. I started off picking out 2 people, and I was like, I'm definitely going to try and kill them at some point in my own group. Like something just stupid. It was like, you're annoying me. The water told me to do this. Or like figure it out. But I ended up just falling down a mountain that we were trying to scale, and I died from that. And they pulled me out of the water, which thank God, because I had the phone numbers on me. So that was almost lost to the abyss. Uh, I was just laying there. One person was like, just like, I don't think they realized that they were just quoting the rules of the RP jam to everybody else. Be like, we can't save him. There's no way we can't do it. And so I went AFK because they were going to try and carry me up the mountain. And then I came back and I was by myself, just standing there, just fine. was like, what the fuck? And then I fell down again and died. Had a very interesting experience. Not as fleshed out as everybody else's, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. I enjoy the RP jams. My big issue with them is like the Life Invader one was like just like overwhelming because of like you had 70 people crammed into like one tiny little space. So that's an easy one to just kind of get your spicy brain going too much. And then the other ones just kind of became like murder fests. So this one was really like it was really good that everybody was kind of like paced out differently from one another. You kind of had your separate groups with like separate stuff going on. It was it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
The Life Invader, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but like about an hour into it, I was like, "There's too much happening." I was playing a deer for most of it, but
You were the deer?
I was the deer. I, I think I had the highest body count in the entirety of Life Invader because people kept giving that deer cocaine.
Oh my god.
So, Adsno, did you do the Life Invader one?
This was the first RP jam I've been able to actually jump in on. Like I just kept either 5M crashing or just not making it in time.
So the Life Invader one was the Life Invader Christmas party, and the announcement was going to be that like they were shutting the local branch or something, so everybody was fired. was the RP?
Oh my god.
I didn't even think we got to that point.
We didn't because everybody got too drunk and high and like throwing each other off of balconies, and there was like a terrorist on the roof with a bomb or something. Like there was so much happening. But and like fucking yeah, but I forget whose character it was, but somebody came up and we had 2 deer, and I was just kind of floating around helping. I didn't actually plan on playing a character in this one. I was just gonna like spawn stuff in and like revive people and shit like that. But somebody kept walking up to the deer and like smearing cocaine on its nose, and it was just a ped. So when nobody was paying attention, I deleted the ped and I spawned myself in as the deer. And then the next time the guy walked up and smeared cocaine on its nose, I just busted through the gate and started fucking goring people. So the solution they came up with was to give the deer alcohol to calm it down. So this deer is just drunk and high wandering around a Christmas party until eventually I think it was fucking Miles like tells somebody to like kill the deer. So they kill the first deer. And then I look back over and the guy's giving cocaine to the second deer pet, and I'm like, why do I have to do this again?
Oh my god.
Like between those 2 deer, I'm pretty sure I killed 10 people. I'm
Nice.
fairly confident. And my favorite part was whenever they were doing like the little like announcements or whatever at the end. And somebody slapped the deer's ass, so I made it fall off of the railing and it fell on that woman and broke her neck. It was really funny.
Oh my god.
But it was all of it occurred inside of the Life Invader building, and I think the player cap was like either 70 or 100.
There's a
So you had like
lot of
70 or
people.
yeah, it was like 70 or 100. Like every room in Life Invader had like 15 to 20 people in it at all
Oh my
times.
It
god.
was so chaotic.
Yeah, there was just a lot going on.
My lore character ended up leaving with Jim Littleman and went to the airport and then like flew away in the sunset. So like that time where Gemma and Diamond and Serena and Piper were at the golf course and Jim was talking about Paris. That's my fucking RP Jim character who is currently dead in the ocean. Smiles. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It was really funny, but it was very overwhelming.
And then the bunker people one.
I didn't do that one.
Adsno, I think you actually did do the bunkers. Weren't you on a ride along with Bundy during the bunker people one? Wasn't it Bundy, Lennon, and Tommy riding together?
I think I showed up like late that night. Like you had already gotten like your
I had already gotten my
shotgun
fucking
rampage.
my
Yeah.
quintuple kill. Yeah.
You had already gotten that. I think we just doubled up after that. I think I was on patrol, but I was like away from all of it. I think I was like holding the city down while everybody else was like murdering bunker people.
Joe, who the fuck were we riding with? Because we had another person who was with us for that.
Was it not?
I can't remember, but you're right. It was somebody else.
Because
Was
there
it
was somebody.
Lucy? Was it Lucy Nolan?
No, it wasn't Lucy
No, she
Nolan.
wasn't around yet.
Lucy Nolan, the one that I did with her was when Malcolm. It was the British people invasion, and Malcolm
Yeah.
Nolan.
Oh yeah.
Malcolm Nolan made the guy sing the national anthem, and when he started singing the wrong one, he shot him in the head with a shotgun.
That day was such a fever dream because that was also the day of Skylar Sparks' murder trial. So like everyone's fucking
Oh
in
my
the
God.
courtroom, fucking British, and like, it's like people are trying to be serious, but everyone's like fucking walking in being
It was the day that
British.
Lily Pond had died
Oh,
that day, dressed like that.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Skylar
Yeah,
left
she died
halfway
dressed like a
through.
fucking airline pilot.
Yeah, after Skylar was done testifying, she was like, "I'm fucking out. Fuck this shit." And Bond died. It was like so much going on. It was like that day was a fever dream, truly.
That day was
I
the
was
day that
watching that day.
that was the day that I was like, we need more heads up when we do RP jams. We can't just tell people on a Monday this is happening on a Saturday because otherwise we end up with a murder trial.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember who the fuck it was because somebody was when Bundy got his quintuple kill with the shotgun, somebody was like mid swing on a hatchet with whoever our patrol partner was because they were like, "You saved my life."
I can't remember.
But Bundy was so proud of the fact that he killed two cannibals with one shotgun blast. Was it Bill Cole? I don't
He was
remember.
there, but I don't remember
Yeah.
now. Sammy was there.
Yeah, Sammy tried to become the leader of the cannibals.
Well, you guys sent him in undercover.
God, I love Sammy Sharkbait.
He's so good.
Sammy
He's
Shark
great.
baited. He's a fucking icon of Onyx. I'm gonna be real. Like
Mhm.
that man's a staple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Atkins, it may have been Atkins.
R.I.P. Atkins.
Me rolling around with an XCOM cop seems pretty likely.
Big fan.
Yeah. I just remember
Oh, I
Sammy
tried to
being
get
in the
on
car.
that day. Yeah, I tried to get on and make a bunker character that day. I remember. And then like I think I got like I either like got home too late or like I made my character but like there was like a reset because of like the creator crashing or something like that. I can't remember. I just that's why I showed up late on Tommy that day. The British thing, I was just like, I can't. There's no way. I'm just gonna watch all the POVs of this because this is everywhere. This is affecting every square inch of this island.
Yeah, so I decided because I wasn't gonna do like a fake British accent that day. That's part of the reason that. Actually, funny enough, the British invasion day was also the day that we tortured Cat Stillwater.
Oh my god.
Because Jimmel wakes up and she's like, I'm gonna need everybody who's involved in capturing and killing this woman to make sure you have headphones on because I'm not dealing with fake British accents while we do this. But that's the reason I decided to play Nolan. Partially because of Nolan's IAA background in it, so it's really fun to like kind of do a little bit of quest giving on him. I really like having like overlap with him in the FIB because it's fun to be a quest giver who like disdains the people you're giving quests to. Because every time Nolan interacts with the FIB, he's like paperwork all day. Then I got something that you can do. Like he just views them as just like paperwork jockeys. So, but yeah. Now the RPGMs they've historically been really fun. They're a super I don't know, they're a super unique thing that Onyx has as a server, but this was far and away the best one in my opinion as far as like organization and structure was
Yeah.
concerned.
I agree.
I like them because they're like scheduled, structured, like just events, kind of like how like what we're used to like every Halloween having. Or like there
Yeah.
was usually like we would get like a zombie infection event, or remember the Stranger Things like crackling under the ground stuff and all that.
Yeah.
I also like. I think it's cool because I like get to roleplay with people that I don't normally like have like roleplay with. Like the people I was roleplaying with today, I was like, I've never met these people. I can't even voice ID them. So I was like, damn. So it's a really like cool opportunity to do that too.
I voice ID'd so many people wrong today. I was like, oh, that's such and such, and then they would pop up in my chat, and I'm like, never mind. That's not who that is.
That's not who I thought it was.
I did the dishes and took out the trash.
Wow.
Hell yeah, the best RP jam.
I'm just literally sitting here and I'm like, I did this, yay!
You were doing a self-insert RP jam today.
Oh God,
That's what you were
self-insert.
Adsno, do you have topics for this episode?
No, honestly, we stopped. Like, I stopped making show notes throughout the week because like there was like 4 episodes in a row where I just never got to anything I wrote down prior. And so I just stopped doing them. They ended up becoming notes I take during the show, so I know like what things to like make the title of the episode off of, or like which guests joined, and I can put them in the Spotify description and stuff like that. No, this is just, and also I did not know Tofu's not feeling too well today, which is why he's not here. I don't know. I feel like I usually have topics.
Chat.
Usually I'm given some sort of story from like recent like airline travel. Uh and unfortunately flying down to come hang out with you was just like the smoothest experience I've ever had. So I have nothing to
Nice.
come off of that.
Nice.
I have a question on behalf of Beehyper.
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
No, on behalf of you two Adsno.
Oh, what?
When are you gonna teach us how to play
Oh yeah.
the fucking what's that game that we were gonna play
Helldivers.
again? Helldivers.
Reteach me, I forgot.
Oh, whatever you guys want. Whatever
Neither
you
of us
guys
have
want.
neither of us have played in like a year.
Yeah.
And then I saw you playing it the other day, and I was like, I kind of want that ODST shit.
Oh yeah.
And then,
ODST stuff's cool.
yeah,
So it's not only fan service, it's also like decent gear.
it also makes sense. Like it's also logical.
Yeah, they have a lot of lore. Like they have like they like worked it into
Oh my
like
god, I'm gonna cry.
the
Sorry.
narrative. So
Are
what?
you gonna cry?
I'm doing Minecraft parkour and I fucked up a jump. Anyway, sorry.
That just reminds me of any time we had like the PD meetings for like 2 hours, and Miles would share his screen and it'd be like Subway Surfers or something.
During the Piper and Gemma murder trial, when it went to Discord, before we were playing marbles, I had Minecraft parkour up. Like I wasn't doing it. Like I was playing a video and like a bunch of different gifs and stuff because I was like, I don't really know what to put on the screen. So yeah.
Mm. Wait, it went to Discord? Did like the server
Yeah.
crash or something? Or
5M went down. 5M was on like a full
oh
on, it was a whole thing.
my
Not
god,
good.
you guys are doing Shadowrun RP? That's crazy.
It was really unfortunate because
Because Gemma was gonna pull a gun out from under a fucking table and shoot the DA in the back of the head.
yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, that
The
was the
slash me's in that
plan.
voice channel must have been going crazy.
There were actually slash me's and like the fucking thing. I was doing it as a joke though because I was like, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it was really unfortunate because like.
We had a plan. We had a knife planted and we had a gun planted with ammo, and like we were like knowing that we were probably going to be found guilty. We were going to like kind of go out with a little bit of a bang.
Because we didn't
Yeah.
get on the run. Yeah. And it was Piper's like first
But
felony A too, so it's like I don't know. It was really unfortunate. I mean, it was out of everyone's control, and it was like we needed to do it because of the case the next day, and I wasn't about to be in scheduling hell. But
Right.
yeah, it was really unfortunate, but we made do, smile, and then now we have a Piper Drake Marvel Rivals
it was
obsession. So yeah,
it was good seeing the We do in character because we played Marvel Rivals in character.
We did do that. Yep.
Because it was
That's funny.
it was us and like it was like a bunch of people from the fucking defense side, so we all just played it in character.
hmm
It was good seeing like because that reminded me of so when I first started doing like larger scale role play like outside of like the public server that I was on when I first started. Originally I the way that I started doing law role play was like I was in I had just graduated law school at the time, and I would sit in on court cases on NoPixel and just kind of give commentary on them, like talk about them from like the perspective of somebody with a JD. And uh occasionally like 5M was way more fickle back then. And everybody used like Toco VoIP, so everything was through TeamSpeak. So when everything crashed, you would just pop into a TeamSpeak call with everybody and finish the court case anyway, and it very much reminded me of that.
Oh, okay.
That's part of the reason that I kind of steered it in that direction because I was like, "There's a history here.
I think we were
This is
about
not
to
the
do it
first
on.
time this has happened."
We were about to do it on Peak, weren't we? I think. Oh, what?
Oh my god.
I think Among Us. Yeah, I think we were. Like,
Yeah, there was some game that we were gonna do it on.
yeah.
I wish that more people like when they like reference that they're gonna go play like Borderlands is the hot one right now. Like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my apartment and play Borderlands. I wish more people would then carry on their streams and roleplay their characters playing the game for like a little bit, just for the bit.
That's what we did with Marvel Rivals. We fully did it in character.
Yeah, we
It
did it.
That's what made me think about
Mm-hmm.
Bionic suggested crab game. I forgot that game existed until that, and honestly, it sounds like the perfect platform for for video game courts.
Yeah. It was pretty good though. We like made do with what we like could, which was sick. So.
Yeah, VR chat. Gemini represented by. Trying to think of like the default like crash dummy looking thing, and then the next person standing to them is like a 1 foot tall like elfling. Anime titties versus Knuckles. Yeah, that's basically what it would have been. I would have seen Joy. I would have seen Bionic as the anime titties judge.
I have a confession.
Okay.
What's that?
I've never been in VR chat a single time.
Me neither.
All right, boot it up, download it. Live reaction time. It's not that okay. If it like on the surface, if you don't know what you're doing, the chances that you're just gonna stumble somewhere where you shouldn't are high. But the 3 times I've gotten on VR chat, I've never like gotten to that point because I've always been like, it's always just like rooftop pirated movie hangout, and it's just a projector with with like a movie piracy website on, and everyone just sitting on fake couches and watching and talking. I see the appeal, unfortunately, for all sides of that coin. It's even Fi saying it's a minefield in Publix. Yeah, for sure. I want to get back into playing more VR games though. I just feel like that market made like a good handful of VR games, and then some companies tried adapting their existing properties into it, and those always sucked. And then like I feel like there's just no more, like I don't hear about it anymore. I don't hear about good VR titles coming out or anything like that. Even like new headsets or like, cuz companies are still pushing out new hardware, but you just don't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, it's like I think the last because I had VR stuff for a while. I still do, but like I haven't heard anything about like a I don't know like a Valve Index 2 or anything like in a hot minute.
Yeah. I think the big thing for VR was that like it was a steep investment. It was an exciting investment, so there was a lot of people who went into that. But because like the starting point for a lot of people getting into VR was like solid stuff, Vive Pros, Quest 2s, things like that. Like things that are like, I would say, like aren't like prototype feely. These people also now have no like reason to reinvest and get the next model. Like anybody that wants to get into VR, like 90% of those folks are into it and they have their stuff and they're not really like, it's not like PC enthusiasts who buy a new graphics card every 2 years or a new monitor, right?
I used to work at a VR escape reality room thing, escape room.
That's like probably your big market, right? Like your big market is going to be like your Dave and Buster like escape room like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
style places that where they have like these like commercial sets that are just breaking a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they were pretty fucking hard on like being like, don't fucking, like hold it this way, don't do this, do that, and it was like they were very, very particular on how to do things because obviously they're really fucking expensive. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
plus like all the
I
PCs as well.
So I used to, and I'll probably start doing it again actually now that I'm down in Texas again. I used to go to QuakeCon almost every year.
Hmm.
And I remember back in like 2009 or 2010, I think, was like when VR, maybe it was like closer to 2011 or 12, when VR was like kind of first on like the edge of things.
Yeah.
There was a company there that was like demoing their tech. And they had this really cool like 360-degree like walking platform that you could walk on. And they were demoing like a VR version of Half-Life 2. And it's very similar to like some of the technology that you see at like those escape room or like adult arcade sorts of things now, where like when you lean into one direction, you like lean into a railing and it like moves your character that way and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that style of technology back then that they were kind of like messing around with.
Yeah. I think with VR equipment too, you hit like a ceiling where like the next step up for like the next like thing that you want to get, that like controllers or some other peripheral, like the increase in price just becomes like enormously steep. Like you can only get so far until like the next step is like one of those like 360 like treadmills for like $9,000. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
do I really like playing my my Minecraft HTC Vive mod that much that I want to sprint in place? The Minecraft mod was probably my favorite thing I did in VR though, especially because that gave you like sense of scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like those like when you think about it, like when you're playing on desktop, you put down two blocks in front of you on top of each other. You're like, okay, like I am no longer taller than these blocks. But then you do that in VR, you're like, holy fuck, I have to build a house? Are you also getting are you also watching the frames, frames drop back there?
It's
No, I have not had any frame drops.
both of you guys' voices keep cutting out every once in a while.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
I haven't had any frame drops. It's all just seems like it's just like the Twitch thing, TBH.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm watching it drop on my OBS out here, but I'm wondering if it's because like maybe I'm hosting the call. Maybe this is why I imagine this is all peer to peer.
Mm.
I don't know. Joe, what's new with Joe? How's the art stuff? You've been cranking out art like crazy, I think. Like more pieces I feel like I've been seeing that you've been sending me.
I'm cross-eyed.
You're crossing.
But she's so
I finished.
talented.
And she didn't even respond. I don't even know if she liked it or not. Khaleesi asked me to make a character, a very specific character. I don't know. Like I told you, I don't know if it's supposed to be her or Tori in
Right.
an EMS outfit with Daenerys Game of Thrones hair. I was like, that's not specific at all. What the hell?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing is because I have the attention span of a piece of dust sometimes. I start art and then I take a break from it and then I go back. So I've got like 145 unfinished pieces in my tablet.
Yeah.
And so I've just been like going through that.
That's me with music projects. I was looking through my laptop last night and I was like, huh, I've got like 30 projects in here that I've like gotten halfway done with and then just moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, everybody's like, "How did you do this so fast?" I'm like, "Sweetheart, I started this like 6 weeks ago." Okay.
I was just picking up where I left off. Okay.
Pretty much.
You're pre-starting all your next projects.
Yeah,
You're like,
tomorrow
I've got
before
one
I
for that.
tomorrow before I role play, I've got to draw a couple strippers. So.
Nice.
Mhm.
It's huge.
That's fun.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
Huge strippers?
What?
Huge strippers.
Huge. Yeah.
The
Other
VU's
than
really
that,
changed.
literally just work and trying to figure out what the fuck I want to do in RP. So that's about it.
That's fair.
Like I don't even
That's
know.
fair.
Like with Lennon, it's like I don't even know.
We make one in the
Just do-
we make one in the queen, the clean queen. Yeah, that's the play. Trust. It's a good play.
maybe. Uh, yeah, because I'm never gonna break bad on her like ever fully, but it's getting to a point now where like she literally has nothing to do. So because
Yeah.
dispatch pretty runs it pretty well what runs itself, she just basically has to check in and make sure everything's in a straight line. There've been a few hiccups. Oh my god, it was so great the other day. She had found out that Sloan had blown the dispatch budget, and so I was like, "Oh, we're gonna make this spicy." So we went to Jeff because uh, she left the county group chat, and she's like pissed at the county now. So I was like, "We're going all in," and I had this whole first line planned out, and I just walk in there and I sit down, and I was like, "How are you, Jeff?" He's like, "Fine. How are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm pissed." He's like, I said, he's like, "Okay." I said, "Can you tell me why Sloan spent the entirety of my fucking budget?" And he just stood there for a minute, like, "What?" Well, I was like, "Line, yes."
It's so fun to be able to drop bombshells like that in roleplay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I don't know. Charlie's on autopilot. Like nobody wants to kill her. Nobody wants to kill Lennon because she's too nice. So we're
I'll
just
kill
kind of
Charlie.
vibing. You don't what? Excuse me.
Hey, Aaron will kill Charlie for you.
Well, I don't
He'll be
want to
standing.
kill her.
He'll be standing over him. You're like, I thought this is what you wanted.
No, you know what I'm trying to say.
I'm like, why are you
So,
so upset?
what are you doing? Why are you mad? This is what you wanted.
you wanted this.
So,
I think I'm not. I should be hitting the wall with RP, but I don't think I am yet. Just because like playing Tommy can be pretty easy. Just because you can just slip into autopilot on cop for an entire day and still be jam packed with stuff to do.
RP comes to you. It's easy. And that's why it's like when things get hard on Charlie, that's where I immediately go back to.
Or
Because
sometimes
RP
you
comes to you.
or sometimes you come deliver the RP in the form of a rubber slug shotgun.
I mean,
Sometimes you take a little L, you know?
yep.
This is my L. It's gonna hit you in the face. Yeah. But so
Uh,
he's got that going on. That's just stressing me out. But Aaron's stuff has been fun.
yeah, eventually we're going to have her move away from dispatch and go back into being a doctor. I just don't know when.
Yeah. Crime doc, back alley doctor stuff, or what?
I actually was considering that because that would be the line that because yes, she makes like comments and jokes and stuff, but she never like goes up to Gemma and being like, "You have a warrant for da da da." She's not Honey, so it's like what she would do is she would make sure that people that she cares about, which are you know Piper, and yeah, she would give them medical because she's got skills, right? So that I mean, I was considering it, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
That's the type of stuff that like Mercy does anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And
Well,
also,
she still has the bag. She still has the bag, so I was actually considering doing it while she was still doing dispatch.
the thing is, like, I think when it comes to like medical roleplay, and this is like what I realized, like running the Ignite Hospital is like you've really got to like it gets really slow, like at times, and you've got to be able to like figure it out, I guess, and like kind of make it like whatever you want it to be, you know? So like, and when it comes to doctors, they're kind of like, well, I'm not really doing anything wrong because, you know, I'm just helping someone, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
you
She
know.
took an oath. First, do no harm. So if she sees somebody hurting, she's gonna stop and she's gonna help them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but and it wouldn't be the first time that I've played a back alley medical character before on a public server. I was an EMS. I was actually EMS chief, and I would give back alley medicine. People could
was-
call her, and she would go.
That was the point for Skylar. Skylar's meant to be like a jerk character. I mean, she still kind of is, because of how much fucking emotional trauma she goes through. But that was the plan for her. She was gonna be like a corrupt EMS. But that didn't happen. So now she's a cop.
I kid you not. I'm sitting there when Skylar rolled in to Amelia's like visitation or whatever, and you're like to Veronica, you're like, let's team up on this, OG, and she's like, are you gonna be here? And I'm sitting there going.
And then I thought about, like, I had said, yeah, I'll do it with you, but then I thought about it for like more than 2 seconds, and I think I had said that to Veronica, like, hey, I thought about it for more than 2 seconds. I was like, this motherfucker was a hang around for OMC like 24 hours ago. I'm sure Gemma has something to say about it, so I was like, fucking, never mind.
Thank God I wasn't streaming because I was and I was trying to be all sad, and she said that, and I was just like, okay.
I would have too, however, like, it's just, I don't know, I'm just very Piper worked. I'm enjoying Piper a lot.
You gotta go where you're enjoying it. So.
Yeah.
It's the same for me with Krim. I don't have a huge amount of fun when I play cop. It's fun to do like every now and again, like once a week or so, but
well, that's the whole reason why I'm probably gonna move her into the medical stuff again, because cop right now is meh.
Says you. Says y'all. But
I'm not.
I
It's
like
not
my
bad.
I like my car chases and all that stuff and the lighthearted back and forth with most folks.
look,
So
man, if I can get on cop and play for 2 hours and not spend 45 minutes of that trying to get a car fixed and 25 minutes of it trying to get food and then 30 minutes of it being shot because Yackle towed a car, then sure, I'll get on cop more often. But right now it's
Well,
like I've got 2 hours to play and it's all consumed by fixing the chores of other people. So
yeah, it's almost like you should have stayed in the Rangers. That's crazy.
I don't think being in the Rangers would change the fact that it takes 45 minutes to put tires on a car.
Yeah, but being in the Rangers meant that you wouldn't have to wake up and fix somebody else's tires. Smaller department stuff. It's not even like a LSPD thing. It's just you get to a large department with a larger fleet and just people just grab and going. You just end up with that stuff. It's easy for me to micromanage people and the
Well, it's
SASP
also
when I need to because
it's
there's
also
only
because
5 of them.
every department uses the LSPD's cars, so
Yeah, they do.
they all
Yeah,
go to
true.
Mission Row PD and grab a car when they need to swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. I don't know. I think, like, for me personally, like, I'm just kind of like, Skylar's just kind of stuck right now.
Yeah.
And, I'm just kind of, I don't know, like, there is so much I could do to, like, get her unstuck, but I don't know, I'm just having a lot of fun on Piper, which, actually, I don't think I've played Piper this long ever, TBH. Like, it's been, like, 6 months, like, consecutively, which is kind of crazy to think about, because I don't know, just never expected to play her often. I was never gonna bring her back actually. But yeah, we blame nerves for that. So and Spencer Ash, smile. Yeah.
Fun times, fun times.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, uh, hold on, my Spotify just turned up for no reason. It's not cop RP that I'm struggling with right now. It's command RP that I'm struggling with right now. Because, and I've mentioned it to actually a couple people in this call, where it's like, there's so much pushback, and then when you try to say something about it and everybody's like, well, nobody else is unhappy, and I'm just like, well, then why am I getting all of it? So
True.
it's just a matter of, it's not like the cop PD that's, or the cop RP that's like a problem. It's the command RP, and
Oh no, that's fair.
and it's just to a point now where it's like, you know.
And that's totally fair.
Mm.
I think for me, I struggle with the like self-driven part of Crim RP, where it's like I can jump in and just like do shit for the day and have fun with it. I don't really get bored with repetitive stuff in RP, only because I don't tend to do things by myself. So like it's always a little different because of the people you surround yourself with, and
Yeah,
then
that's,
the police or civilians that respond to whatever it is that you're doing too.
well, that's the driving force of why I'm role playing right now, is the people that I role play with. It's the only reason
Yeah,
that I'm really jumping in.
and that
So,
should be the driving force for people in roleplay.
mm-hmm.
It's like for me on cop, it's like I enjoy the fine minutia of a lot of it, and that's I only wanted to dip my toes in command or like supervisor stuff, and then I really liked doing supervisor stuff. So it's like, well, I thought I was gonna cap Tommy out at sergeant, but now I'm kind of eyeing up some of the other higher ranks and trying to make moves for that too.
I'll tell you this right now. I had no intention of playing another character in command in the government after Honey, and
Yeah.
then after the chief, the EMS chief that I played. I was
Hmm.
like, there's just so much stress. I don't want to do it. And fucking Java was like, well, we want to put you in like a position of senior. And I'm like, okay.
I guess.
It's
I don't
only
know. For
because,
me, part of the thing for me, I think, right, really is that, and this is very unique to Onyx. Our government facilities have very much developed a mentality that is very like, I don't want to say anti-crim, and I don't want to say like pro-civ necessarily, but it's very isolated. Question. It's like the opposite of call bass. Like we very much developed like the opposite of like a call bass like society, where any form of fraternization or perceived fraternization or friendliness is kind of like frowned upon, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. But it does like create a lot of like hardships and like storytelling with a
mm,
cop character,
I can
because
see
I
that.
because I see it transpire quite a bit where it's like, such and such character was too friendly with, this group of criminals, and therefore, is now essentially being ostracized to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
Purely in character, obviously. But it makes it, I don't know, like I think about things like the Bundy arc where he was like, kind of like getting in with BBMC, and I think about like the Bloom HOA arc and things like that. And I think like if that happened on Onyx, those characters would be like ostracized to the point of like wanting to just quit their jobs. Like,
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it's because like in servers past, it generally becomes very like you're either in government and in a police officer, or you know or you're a criminal by association, where it's like you're the clean, if you're not a criminal, you're the clean person for a gang, or you're like very much obviously like up to something with like a business or something like that. And it's like where there wasn't like like there wasn't like this third strand of just regular civilians just doing their thing.
Yeah.
So I
I
wonder,
mean,
and it's like everyone just kind of accepts it. It's like, oh yeah, they're a civ, and then like nudge, nudge, like yeah, obviously they're up to something, but it's like I need to be able to buy food, so I'm not gonna fuck with them.
I mean, it happened recently with the Rigsby stuff. People were making fun of her because she was that way with a criminal. So it's like, yeah, it
Well,
absolutely happens.
Rigsby was also like being very like trying to hide it and like
Yeah.
circumventing like policy, and like in the burner phone text said we need to do this on a burner so I don't get caught by a subpoena again.
Well,
Yeah,
no, but it's
which is like why like which is why she's doing it on a burner, right? Because the first time they were like, you can't be
Yeah.
dating criminals, you know, which like causes like I don't know, it just like from a like a character point of view, you know, like it makes sense, like, you know, like someone like Rigsby who like doesn't see someone for as like a criminal and is like, you're a criminal, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna talk to you. Like she sees them for who they are, I would assume, and she's getting like shit on for treating someone like a human being and, you know, like making connections with people. And she's like, well, I still like I love my job, but I also like want to like I don't know treat people like human beings. So it's like
yeah. Well,
But
that's what
wasn't
Lennon does.
wasn't Rigsby's first subpoena? It wasn't as much as it was dating a criminal. It was they were cheating on the person they were seeing, and they found out because of the subpoena.
yeah, I mean
It's a little different story, but
yeah,
still, it's
but
like
like
I get
I
that.
don't
Don't get
think
me
she
wrong.
wasn't like doing
I
anything
think
like wrong though. You know, like
I,
obviously
s- I
obviously
still
cheating is wrong.
think the grapeseed story on that one was, but she did it with a criminal. Like
Like
I still think that was
Yeah.
like very much the narrative.
well, I think that
Which again isn't a bad thing because like we all had our like frustrations with the like the what I'm gonna call like the call bass meta, right? Where it was like,
Hmm.
fuck dog, I'm just trying to like do my job and arrest people, and they keep going to my superior and complaining, and he's backing them up instead of me. Like that always felt bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I get both perspectives of it, but it's just very difficult from like a character development standpoint for me, where
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
it kind of locks your character into I am a criminal or I am a cop, right? And
yeah.
like you
Hmm.
the blending of those lives together is like, even on a social level is just
it's hard.
not going to happen.
A question for you then. So, would Gemma any of the relationships with any like quote unquote friendly cops or like ones that aren't dickheads, would Gemma would have like even closer relationships with those people if it was like 3.0, for instance?
Probably, yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
I mean, I've experienced it personally because I had a dispatcher on Lennon who was hanging around the dolls, and I had to fire her. So you're absolutely 100% correct that
Yeah.
there's no middle ground. It's either, you know.
I also wonder if like adding more non-violent crime would help alleviate that, because if you're a criminal, then it's like 9 times out of 10 you're doing something that like isn't victimless, or is will often escalate up the same ladder to like a shootout with the cops or some like physical altercation. So then that just kind of paints a picture. It's like, well, 9 out of 10 criminals shoot police officers, so fuck them.
Yeah, I think that's
From
also.
Dad.
Oh my god,
Matcha!
Hello.
that's also like a server like memory life problem, right? Because like the fact that we're like 2 years deep, like most criminals have shot a cop by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like not every criminal is going to be like the like Cowboy or Rambo block level where it's happening like once every 2 days.
Hmm.
But I don't know, like it's just it's like a longevity of memory problem, which is the exact reason that like stop and frisk, in my opinion, doesn't work in roleplay.
It does
Yeah.
not.
Because if you hit the point where you're like, well, this person has a violent crime on their record, so now we're gonna do like stop and frisk stuff. It's like, okay, but like on a long enough timetable, everyone will end up with a felony B.
Yeah.
Every criminal, I should say, every criminal character.
And you also have like the people who just glance profiles and then they just see the 1X murder with no like time since attached to it. And like, oh my god, this guy's murdered before. Give me 8 cops for this guy. And I wonder if it would help if there was like if that was broken up into 2 parts where it was like within the last 30 days and then everything else.
I mean, it makes me sad because I've seen personally how, because I mean, look at Q and Jerry Sweets. Like, she was a criminal and he was a cop, and they made it
God,
work.
Yeah.
that relationship was so fucking funny in
It was
roleplay.
great. So it can work.
Bundy rolling up and like asking Jerry to tit ID his wife.
Yeah.
She would be robbing a bank in a bikini.
So I mean, it can work, and I just wish that more people would be,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I agree with you guys. I'm always such like a devil's advocate, but what about this kind of person?
Yeah.
But I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. I think it sucks.
I agree, and
Well, to be clear, it kind of like cuts all ways, right? Where it's like once you're in any of the bucket, once your character, I should say, is in any of those buckets, like you're just in that bucket now, right?
Yeah.
Because it cuts exactly. I mean, like Amelia went through it on the criminal end, where it's like, but you were a cop, and it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, she was a cop, but now she shot a cop like 3 days ago, so like, why do we care too much?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know. It's very much like a social attitude of like just kind of like compartmentalizing people, and like once they're inside of that compartment, like they just can't move.
And I think like
Yeah.
like I look back to when Skylar and Heidi were together, which was like as Skylar was like left EMS and was becoming a cop. Like they were together and they were like speaking, and Skylar was like, I can't like be with you if you're gonna like shoot my co-workers, and Heidi was like, I'm not gonna do that then, and like she shot a cop and they broke up, so it's kind of like it's you and like you can be, I think, in like relationships or have friends with like criminals who are like cops and criminals can be friends, and it's kind of like, but also like both of your actions have consequences, so like for example, criminal shoots cop arrests and shoots criminal, so it's kind of like there should be conflict there in my opinion. And then like now when Skylar goes off duty, she's like, I don't give a fuck what you do, man, at off duty. Like, I am not a cop right now. Please don't treat me as such. Smile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think like situations like that though, like they lend themselves to the kind of roleplay I think they want, of like the like shooting a police officer or cops shooting a criminal should carry like an obscene amount of weight. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're also surrounded by a lot of people where that just is kind of like normal. And it's like hard to break the like, all right, I have to just escalate this. It's getting to a point now where I'm gonna shoot them. All right, I've shot them. Go to prison. Bye bye. Next call.
Yeah.
Or like, we shot cops. We're gonna go hide for 15 minutes and change cars and change clothes and go back to boosting. You know?
Yeah, I feel like
I
in like roleplay, I mean, shooting someone is a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like the first thing that you resort to. So like
Never.
it carries weight, but also, roleplay moves incredibly quickly. Because I look at the past 6 months of like Skylar and Gemma, and I'm like, God, that went by so fucking quickly, and like in
like so much has happened in those storylines.
oh my God, so much has fucking happened, man. But like, because roleplay like moves so quickly all the time, like you're gone for like 3 days and you've missed like a month, like in real time worth of like lore and shit. So it's kind of like you kind of gotta not get used to it, but like adapt, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, because it's like, yes, shooting someone is a big deal. This should be a big deal. However, like
It's
in
also
2
one of those
hours.
weird things where like the amount of time that something feels like it takes is very variable depending on like, so for instance, like a 21-day warrant, right? Like a
Mhm.
21-day warrant on a character that you only play once every 7 days is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A 21-day warrant on Gemma Knight, who I play 5 out of 7 days of the week, felt like
It
forever.
felt like forever, truly.
Mhm.
Like,
Which is so
so like
weird
kind
to
of.
think about. Sorry, continue, and then I'll finish my sword.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's kind of like to the point that you were talking about, where it's like, like role play just moves extremely quickly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's also dependent on like the parties who are involved as well, and like their
Mhm.
activity levels and things like that. So
Exactly. Like that 21-day warrant, like 21 days is a long time. Like that's like a long
It's pretty
fucking
much a month.
right. It's like a month, and like in the grand scheme of things, like going back to Piper and Gemma being together for like 6 months, 21 days is still like a long time. So it's like when Piper says time is an illusion, it's because I'm like, fuck, that's like it's hard to like I guess grasp like how much time has actually passed because so much is happening all the time, you know? So I don't know. It's like shooting cop, big deal. Shooting person, big deal. However, time moves fast. Time moves so fast. Smile.
I always wondered if servers obeyed in-game time versus IRL time, if that would help those things out. Because sometimes I feel like the pacing of how things go, like they make sense and kind of sync up. If like when you realize that, like what how long is like a day-night cycle in GTA? Like 2 hours, 3 hours?
I don't know because it's different. It keeps changing on Onyx. I think it feels like it's changing.
It
I have no
feels like
idea.
it's. I feel like it's like nighttime is longer than daytime.
I feel like daytime is longer than nighttime, TBH. Because as someone who decorates, I'm like, God, I wish it was fucking night longer. Holy
Oh.
fuck.
But it's like with the pace of roleplay, right? Like you can go from investigation to apprehension to like trial. Actually, no, that's a really bad example because sometimes that takes like 2 months. But like
sometimes
there's like
for Aaron Shin specifically, when you
but
kill a
there's
clown right before fucking Christmas.
when you kill someone's silly little perma killer character, sometimes you're fucked for 3 months. No, but there's like other things that like I feel like match up with like the in-game day night cycle more than they do like IRL stuff. And it's like 21-day warrant, that's a substantial amount of time. And then when you realize that's like 4 days IRL,
Song time?
like I don't know. It's still a long time.
That was the entire concept of the whatchamacallit system, the community service system we put in. The
Yeah.
entire concept of that was that it was like you
Mm.
insofar as like time doing community service to reduce like your time in prison.
Mhm.
It was like, if you get on a new role play for 2 hours, that's worth like a day of like your character like not being locked up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like 2 hours is roughly like the length of like a full day cycle in the game. Smile. So that was kind of the concept behind that.
Plus, like being on bail and like parole, like I mean, I don't know about you, Occams, but I was kind of losing it by the end of like the being on bail and parole. Like I was,
I think
like, I'm
the big thing for me was that we just kind of run out of stuff to do.
We did everything. We did everything twice.
Like there's only so many, and again, part of that kind of goes back to like the being in a bucket thing, right? Because it's like, as a criminal character, like we have created this bucket where you are expected to do criminal things.
And only criminal
So
things.
when you are restricted from doing criminal things, what do? Like,
Oh yeah.
so
I was bored out of my gourd for 30 days on bail on Aaron.
yeah,
That's a long time to to do nothing essentially.
his trial situation was very unique because it was like
I
the
conflicted like
actual
4 people out of it.
yeah. So like a bunch of the judges who would normally take trials during that time were conflicted. And then The actual murder happened in like late November, question mark? And then you ran from
Confused. Wait one moment.
I'm just happy that I found something that like feeds my farming itch when it comes to fishing and joining the materials thing on Charlie, because I'm happy as can be. Like today, like y'all while y'all were doing the RP jam, it was like the tail end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I literally went fishing and I robbed graves and I scoured the entire city for like garbage and I just had my music on and the stream was going and I was like zoning out. It's like it was back in old school World of Warcraft days. I was happy as can be.
wasn't
I
the
like the
EMS that was
fishing
a
mechanic.
witness, a primary, the EMS primary witness, a judge. Yeah, so Montag couldn't take it because of Gemma. Parker couldn't take it because of the EMS who was involved. I forget why. There were like 2 or 3 other judges who were like just directly conflicted on that case for some reason.
I don't know. I think I was also like, I was punching the air because I was just like, why is it Percy taking this? God damn it, Percy.
I think that was like roughly around the time that he was like trying to get his schedule straightened back out.
Fair.
But okay, we like 2 hours deep, and I kind of want to do the role plays.
Boost.
Burst.
Yeah, we can get back to the role
Boost?
play.
How long? Any other show topics or questions that the chat has?
Questions, chat.
Give it a second for the chat to catch up. This has been a very role play. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Just to make sure I do cross every X off for an episode of show. Come, there we go. We've got
Oh.
that in there.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Streaks,
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
streaks
Brave.
alive.
True.
Streaks alive.
Okay.
brave, truly, actually.
Not
That's-
brave for show.
That's what was happening
True.
in the bathroom while Shin was watching a show.
That's crazy.
That's kind of no. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
Charlie's
canon.
gonna
That's
go back in there.
canon.
And...
That's canon now.
What's Charlie's thoughts on
You're
it?
Charlie's-
you're in their domain now.
Aaron doesn't give a fuck.
I think it's funny. I will say it again. I think it's funny that I play her as celibate, but she's a stripper. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the time when Bundy, Skylar, and Lennon are in the car together, and Bundy and Lennon are being horny on main, I'm like, I'll remember this. I'll remember this for later. I'll remember this when it's Piper, Gemma, and Charlie.
The problem is with you saying that. I don't care if it's even once a week. It's gonna go back and forth. Bet
Yeah.
money, I'm telling you.
Like, I will remember this,
No
and
matter what.
I will double it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I think B Hyper also very quickly learned that like I am the wrong person to play ERP chicken with, because I will just triple down immediately.
Welcome,
It's
Saber.
very-
Big fan of ERP. You heard it here first.
Yeah, it's very well.
I
My
have
main.
I have a sub alert for that. I think it's my 100 bomb.
I do too. I actually have ERP is something, and you hear Lennon in the background. So yeah, I am as well. I just wanted something different on Charlie, so I thought let's just go the complete fucking opposite on it, and let's just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
But on Lennon, like that is not something that you want to do.
I liked in 3.0 when like all the kids were around it, and like there would be like four of the Bundy Bunch kids around. They go, ew. I was like, I'm gonna go against the grain. And I'm like, yeah.
I
Get it, Dad.
I literally have a thing that I used to, and people got like, what are you doing? It was said "gone banging" that I used to put on Twinsta every night before I got off the character. It was great.
My God. No, it wasn't get it, Dad. It was because he was like, Tommy would be like, yo, my mom can get it. It was like stuff like that.
I'm looking at the chat. That
Stupid.
actually reminds me of retro. Winter's made a command now for Gemma and Piper. Because Winter's over it. It's so funny. Sometimes it's just for the reaction of Winter. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know how fast the chat is like up to speed, but Winter, please, people shy.
I'm just trapped in this unique situation now where no matter which character I'm playing, I just am surrounded by Occam's playing ERP chicken.
Listen,
Haha.
big fan of ERP.
I would like you to know that ERP chicken is the one time that I was ever dragged into a staff chat.
Oh no.
Me
The one-
too.
the one time that I was ever like pulled into like a forum discussion was like, all right, you got to pump the brakes a little
Yeah.
with the ERP jokes.
Yeah, we were both in that. You remember?
I do.
Was this on Opix or on Next?
Yeah.
It was on Netflix because we decided to like just see how far we could go, right? And so it involves things that Q used to sell, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they were just like, "You're just," and I'm like, "Oh, that's the first time ever I've gotten into that."
I died today when Gemma was like, "What if we made out?" And then I was like, "Slash meat does that?"
And I slash me parentheses real.
It's crazy.
Just like my thing is not ERP, but ads. No, I'm telling you right now, when Aaron and Charlie were sitting in the front seat, and they were like shoving back and forth, and then they
Oh, I
hotwired
was
the car, and
mimicking
you just went
their
slash me,
syntax.
witness this crime.
Just copying their syntax of putting the exclamation mark at the end of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love poking
Boost,
fun at you guys.
boost, people shy, boost.
Boost, 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 boost.
Yeah, we can go
boost.
boost. We can
ATM
call it
boost.
a. We can call it a. We can call it a show.
I be hyper love boosting. It's my favorite thing in the
You hate
entire
it.
world. I've not.
hate it.
I love it.
You hate.
God.
I'm gonna do the thing where it's like they hated Jesus because he spoke the truth. I only enjoy boosting because it's the first new crime I've gotten to do in like 6 months. So
Same.
I'll keep boosting. I'm fine with it.
Same.
Shout out to the mutuals that we have that said that they were only gonna play Crim when boosting came out, and they've been on twice.
True, real and true.
I've called them out.
Matcha, I just wanted to let you know before we go. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Matcha, before we go, every Monday, because Monday is one of Lennon's shifts that she does during the week to go to the DPPD meeting. She's wearing the Echo cosplay every time.
I had the double goggles just in case.
Yes, perfect. It's so
Yeah,
great.
we had like 4 OMC members who were like, whenever boosting comes out, I'm gonna become a Crim main again.
No.
And then they did not.
It's such a
They did not.
grind.
Who would have thought? Who would have predicted that Golf Gang was gonna be the premier
Crazy.
#1 on the leaderboard
wild.
boosting
Golf
group?
Gang main racing crew, TBH.
Mm-hmm.
They don't stop it so much.
It's so
I-
funny.
I can stop when I want.
I need to find like an hours played ever since boosting came out just for veggie.
Brock Booker is dead. I'm
I need to
convinced.
just see that.
Brock Booker dead.
All right, I boost.
There's no
Oh, yeah.
Brocktober anymore.
Long live Joe Cruel.
Goodbye.
Okay,
Boost.
we goes.
Bye, Matcha. See you later.
Boost, boost.
Goodbye, Matcha.
Okay. Wow. Bum, 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 bum. Mm-mm-mm. No ending. That was fun. Sorry that I'm so bad at parkour. I haven't done it in a hot second. Let's go, more boost.